All right, participants, as you enter, we are recording this, but it just records, I believe, our voices and then the presentation screen.
All right, we have lots of people coming in, so let's give it just a moment.
Okay, so the big meeting must have ended. Welcome, third grade parents and guardians.
All right, why don't we go ahead and get started, just taking a look at the time. Welcome to the third grade curriculum night, 2020-21. It is sure to be a school year like no other. Just make sure everyone is muted. That would be super helpful. Hold on, I'm just gonna.
Can you turn it towards?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. I just feel like I spend all day saying that. At the bottom of the screen here, you will see our Bitmojis. These were taken or made when we were still in summer mode. So as you can see, we might look a little bit different already. But welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time to come here and meet with all of us.
So we are the third grade teachers. We're going to take just a minute to introduce ourselves.
Oh, I have to do it. I'm so sorry. What did I do?
Hello.
There she is.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Michelle Anderson. I am one of the third grade teachers. I've been here on the team for 15 years teaching third grade. And if you ask my students why, because it's the best grade ever. So welcome and thank you for coming to hear about your child's third grade experience.
Mr. Gerke, did I mute you also? Okay.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Gerke. This is my 13th year teaching at Holmes. So I've been in third grade for the last 4 years now. I also taught fourth grade, and I was a language arts specialist.
Hi, my name is Raven McGill. This is my third year at Holmes. This is my second year teaching third grade. I was lucky enough to have some of your kiddos in my first grade class, so it's such a pleasure to see everyone again.
Hi, I'm Anila Pronto. This is my 11th year teaching third grade at Holmes. Prior to this, I taught for 12 years in Villa Park, where 10 of those years were third grade. So really the majority of my career is working with third graders. I love them. It is the best grade. It's amazing to see them come in as primary type students and leave as the intermediate big kids that we gradually see them become during the year.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marissa Pettinuzzo. Unlike everybody else, this is my first year in third grade, but I'm very excited about it. I have taught this is year 15, all at Holmes. I've taught first and second grade. I did a year in fifth last year, and not even 2 weeks in, I think third grade might be my new favorite. So it was also my favorite grade growing up. So it's just an exciting year, and I am happy to be a part of such a wonderful team.
He's muted.
Oh, gosh. There we go.
Thank you. So tonight's agenda looks like this. We'll be talking about social success, technology, the areas of study, how we will be meeting all of the students' needs, homework, and finally, parent communication. We use several tools for social emotional learning at Holmes. Leader in Me teaches leadership and life skills to students. And it really creates a culture of student empowerment. We also use Second Step, which teaches empathy, emotion management, problem solving, being assertive, using self-talk, listening, and focusing attention. And PBIS focuses on being respectful, responsible, and safe. This year, we will have online portfolios, student leadership binders, and virtual chill out zones. We will also be continuing our Hawks Nest community building this year. Students have been going through our technology boot camp during the first 8 days of school this year. They have been learning how to properly care for their iPads. They've been learning expectations for technology use and how to stay safe online. They will also be learning about they'll be learning about Oak Park library cards. And during the day, we've started this last week and we'll continue this. We have technology breaks. And this is where we really encourage the students to get up, move around, have a snack, and just generally take a break from the screen. And we think that's really important.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our math here in third grade. The program we use is Eureka Math, and these are the 5 different units that we'll be studying this school year. We spend a lot of time in third grade mastering multiplication and division and working on problem solving and higher order thinking. The model we use in third grade and almost at all of Holmes is the workshop model. And the workshop model is the idea that students are going to get a small bit of whole group instruction, usually followed by a problem of the day. And then according to how they do on their exit slips that I'll talk more about later when we talk about formative instruction, then they'll be placed in small groups or work independently at their own pace, doing the targeted skills that they need to work on. So this really creates large opportunities of blocks of time that students are working at their own pace at just what they need. And that leads me to the other point that you might have heard in the large group is we also use win time as a way to allow students to get what they need. That's what win time stands for, what I need, during that 30 minutes of math time at least 4 times a week. So during that time, students are in small group. They're either with the teacher or one of our wonderful specialists. Miss Ashford is one that contributes to helping third graders in small group, or students are working independently. And we know exactly where their needs are based on their formative assessments, which looks like an exit ticket in third grade. You're going to be seeing those quite a bit that your students are going to complete after a lesson.
Here you're seeing the 3 units that we will teach in social studies for trimester 1, trimester 2, and trimester 3. Each trimester is split into about 12 weeks. So what we do is do a 6-week rotation between science and social studies. So we'll begin with science next week, and then after 6 weeks move to social studies and tackle that first unit. Some of our work in social studies will be completed while working in our nonfiction reading and writing units. So even though you have a schedule that blocks out science or social studies for the kids, it'll also be incorporated into other areas of our day, and very easily when we're doing nonfiction units. This learning is often presented through problem-based learning projects such as iMovies, informative brochures, Google slide presentations. So this is where the kids can start to make some choices of the way they want to learn during science and social studies.
Similar to social studies, science will be taught in 6-week chunks. So the 3 main units that we will be covering in third grade are motion and matter, water and climate, and structures of life. Similar to social studies, a lot of it will be incorporated into our English and language arts instruction. It will be an interesting twist remotely to see how we can do science and make it fun and interesting and engaging. I know that I, along with some of the other teachers, have been learning a lot about mystery science, which is a really cool online component that we might be using as well to enhance our remote science instruction. But the kids are always really excited about it. And on a bigger scale, just kind of learning about how science relates to the real world, and using our project-based learning time to incorporate some things that they are passionate about in the area of science as well.
Okay, for reading, we use the workshop model as well. So we will have the mini lesson. Students will work independently, and we also have small groups. We also have reading win time where students will receive differentiated instruction, and Ms. Anderson will speak a little bit more about that. These are the units that we will be working on in reading. So we have building a reading life where students become a community of readers. We have Reading to Learn, which is our nonfiction unit. We have character studies where the students will study characters in fiction texts. We have research clubs where students will work in clubs to gather, synthesize, and organize information. And then we have foundational skills, the mystery unit.
Our writing units of study is always a very fun and engaging area of focus as well. We are going to be starting narratives tomorrow, I think, actually, and just crafting true stories about things that have happened to them, which you would think is the easiest thing for them to write about, but is sometimes actually the most challenging. We will move to informational writing, opinion writing, and end with fairy tales. Similar to both reading and math, we will use the workshop model in writing as well, which contains a mini lesson, some independent writing time where we engage and confer with either small groups or one-on-one, and then some partner time, and their favorite is always to share what they have been working on. Words Their Way is something that you are probably familiar with or have heard about. We use the acronym WTW if you've seen that on any of our schedules. It's a developmental spelling program, and so actually today they all took a developmental spelling assessment, and we will place them into differentiated groups based on the spelling stage that they are currently ready for. Throughout the year, we will do some check-ins and make sure if that's still the area that they need to be working on, or if they're ready to skip up a couple of stages. And we'll be using both online components, and we're hoping to get some physical workbooks in their hands as well, so stay posted for that.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about differentiation in third grade. As you've heard a few times, both in reading and math, we are using flexible grouping to reach students where they are. We do this by, you're going to hear that word often this year, these formative assessments, which are exit tickets, quick check-ins, even our large groups when students are answering questions. It's just the teacher's ability to figure out where students are in their learning in both reading and math, and then to place them in the appropriate group they need to be in. We use summative assessments. So summative is the test at the end of the unit to kind of wrap up and see what they learned overall. The formative is more those small little mini assessments that we're giving throughout the unit. And really this drives our instruction. So we may change things up, and we're very flexible in how we're teaching from week to week based on how students are doing and how they're receiving information. This year, you may have heard that the role of Ms. Zirko, the enrichment specialist, she was formerly known as the GTD, or gifted and talented teacher, is going to be a little different. So I want to tell you about that. In third grade, critical thinking is going to be co-taught this year, and it's a class where students are going to build their problem-solving abilities. They're going to learn to think logically and reflectively. In trimester one, the goal of all of us classroom teachers, along with Ms. Zirko, is going to be to help students improve teamwork, build community, and build those experiences to help them with projects coming down the line. Students are going to participate in lessons on reading informational text and both literature. They will choose a historical figure to research and compare their strengths with the figure. In the end, students will have a choice as how to present their research to their classmates. And then later in the school year, which I'll talk about on another slide, students are going to use their problem-solving skills to determine how to impact change for real-world problems. And this is where a lot of our teaching is going, is allowing students to use these project-based principles in their learning and kind of driving their own instruction.
All right, we have choice boards. So students will be able to use choice boards this year. Choice boards provide students with opportunities to choose how they will reinforce concepts. Choice boards increase motivation. When students are able to choose their learning style, they are more engaged. And the choice boards cater to a variety of learning styles. The choice boards can be used when students finish their assignments, during lunch and recess, and during periods of no connectivity. So we have a no tech choice board, which is a great option for those times when you might have connectivity issues. We have reading, writing, math choice boards, and also a movement choice board. And students can access these choice boards from their teacher's Bitmoji classroom.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you again about project-based learning. You may hear different language to talk about the umbrella of project-based learning. Sometimes it's known as problem-based learning, passion projects, genius hour. It is all the same and a little different. In third grade, we allow students to solve a problem that the teacher presents, and then they create a project and do research to get to the end product. Sometimes the students create and solve their own problems. They come up either in small groups or individually with a problem that they want to solve. And then other times we let them explore an idea or research an interest that is just something of interest that they want to research. Sometimes it's animals or space or whatever it may be. This is a time that students really get excited about their learning because they not only get choice and voice in their learning, but they get to choose the end product. And students are so amazing in using technology when it comes to project-based learning. I have had students create awesome iMovies as their final product. They have created slide decks, they have created Google Docs, whatever it may be to present their information. And it's just been such a wonder watching them grow in this area. And we will continue to do this work here this year. The video that we're going to show you is just about 3 minutes, but we wanted you to see it because this is what we show your child and our students to get them excited about the idea of project-based learning. It's really just a collection of different ideas of things that they may want to research. So we're going to go ahead and show you the video just so you can feel how it feels for your child to sit and learn about what this wonderful new window into project-based learning is. So we can go ahead and play that. Nuzo. Okay, on to you, Miss or Miss Pronto.
Okay, so I get homework. So all third, fourth, and fifth grade students receive an academic planner as the one that you see on the screen. Hopefully you've seen that at home already as we've been having the kids fill them out. We're going to complete them daily as a class. So you and your child should refer to this notebook after school to discover what is expected to be completed as homework each evening. Typically, third graders could expect to complete they'll be asked to complete 30 minutes of homework from Monday through Thursday. In addition, third graders are expected to read for 30 minutes. And that can look, there's some different ways that you can do that. You might read as a family, your child might read to you, you might read to them for a little while. Last year, our students were often required to complete 1 or 2 pages in their math workbook to review that day's lesson and then choose an activity from the reading choice board. Since this school year is beginning remotely, we may adjust homework expectations based on what we finished during the day. But use your planner as your guide because it'll be us telling the kids what to put into their planner, and then you can check with them to make sure that they understand what they need to be doing that evening. You might see some activities posted in Seesaw or Google Classroom, but that could be ongoing work for class. So really this planner is the direct link between me to your child to you to tell you what needs to be done at night. At third grade, students should be able to complete the homework assignments with little parent support because their work should be a review of what was taught in class. If your child requires a lot of support, please reach out to the teacher to make him or her aware of the extra assistance that is needed. And a great example of how parents can support with the homework process would be check the planner with the child to review what's being asked for that evening, allow the child to work independently if possible, and then check the assignments for completion at the end. They really should be able to be doing this work mostly on their own.
All right, parent communication. You can contact your child's teacher via email or Seesaw. It's important to note that due to this time and teachers having to use technology to instruct students, that our email will have about a 24-hour turnaround. It's pretty difficult to check our email during the school day. So if you could just, be patient, we will respond to your emails within 24 hours. If your student will be absent, please contact the attendance office and the teacher, and you can contact the attendance office at this email address or this phone number, and if possible, please contact the attendance office by 8:30 the day of the absence.
Okay, so parent support. I've already received a lot of questions about how can we support our child from home. So in addition to directing your child to a daily workspace, you can visit our website frequently. We have a third grade website, and on that site, you'll be able to find the Zoom links, Bitmoji classroom links, schedules. We're going to be posting weekly newsletters there, tech tips. So if you check there first, you might find most answers to what you're looking for right there on that website. Also, the district suggests that student iPads are shut down occasionally to allow for updates to take place. So helping them to remember to fully shut it down over the weekend would be extremely helpful and part of a really good routine for our kids. During the lunch hour, we're also recommending that the students recharge their iPads and recharge themselves with a break from screens. So if you could provide a reminder there, that would be very helpful for us. Finally, please be flexible and patient with us as we navigate the challenges of remote learning. This is new for us, and we're trying our best to keep the delivery of communication, curriculum, and schedules as smooth as possible. Having said that, I was glitching all day long, and my kids were saying, your voice is in and out, your face is frozen. So sometimes that tech gets in the way of our best laid plans. So please give us to figure this out.
That is all we have for you this evening. I'm sure questions may arise, but just know that we are all, I promise you, trying our best. And like Ms. Pronto said, best laid plans don't always work out. So today I had a timer going off in the background and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So we just had a dance party because otherwise I probably would have started crying. So, we're just all trying to make best of just this really difficult situation, and we know how it is impacting everybody. So we're just trying to be positive and patient and work together. So thank you for your partnership. We are going to start our next presentation in just a moment. So if you have somewhere else to be or you'd like to sit and listen again, feel free. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Quick rewind, guys. Ms. Pronto, should we stop recording? Maybe.